Good evening. You're watching Public Media M1's English language news broadcast Hungary Reports. I'm Rochelle From. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán expressed sympathy and support on behalf of the Hungarian people to President of the French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, and the leaders of the French Catholic Church. In his letter, he wished them strength and asked God's blessing for the reconstruction of the cathedral and restoration to its old glory. Hungary feels sympathy to France and the French Catholic community because of the fire, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Péter Szijjártó, said, adding that Hungary would do everything it can to help rebuild the cathedral. The development of transport was a top priority at a Hungarian-Serbian joint government meeting on Monday, Minister for Innovation and Technology László Palković said in an interview to public media's M1 News on Tuesday morning. The government still considers modernization of the Budapest-Belgrade railway line a strategic investment. The two countries believe that in the future, a great amount of goods coming from China will be transported on this railway line from the Greek ports to Western Europe.
According to the government's plans, goods coming from China to Western Europe through the port of Piraeus may also be transported via the Budapest-Belgrade railway line already from 2023. Thanks to the project, trains will be able to travel at 160 kilometers per hour on double tracks of the 166-kilometer Hungarian section. Thanks to the upcoming upgrade, travel time will be significantly reduced as well. The development of the Budapest-Belgrade railway line was also on the agenda at the Serbian-Hungarian joint government meeting on Monday. Modernization of the Budapest-Belgrade railway line is of top priority to the Hungarian economy, László Palković said in an interview to public media's M1 News. The Minister for Innovation and Technology added that Hungary would also like to benefit from trade between China and Europe. The tender for the investment has already been completed. We would like to announce the winner of the tender as part of the so-called One Belt, One Road event in China, because it is an investment of a size that is actually in second place if we look at big investments in Hungary, the minister said. Regarding the modernization of the Szeged-Szabadka railway line, László Palković emphasized that construction works would soon kick off on that section as well. The Hungarian and Serbian capitals play a regional role. They are key cities, Viktor Orbán pointed out in Szabadka on Monday. Even so, as the Hungarian Prime Minister emphasized, today it takes about 7 to 8 hours to reach Belgrade from Budapest by train. He added that the upcoming railway development projects would improve this situation. If we realize our investments, travel time will be reduced to 2-3 hours, the PM said. Regarding cross-border cooperation, Viktor Orbán pointed out that in the following 2-3 years ahead of the two countries, if they can make good use of the time, Hungary and Serbia can carry out the work of even up to 6 to 7 years.
Hungary considers Bulgaria a key player in the establishment of gas supplies from the south, and accordingly, it expects energy to determine the relations between the two countries in the future, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade said at a press conference on Tuesday, following the second session of the Hungarian-Bulgarian Joint Economic Committee. As Péter Szijjártó put it, Hungary would like to buy gas from the Turkish Stream pipeline passing through Serbia and Bulgaria next year, and accordingly, it will begin the necessary legal and infrastructure preparations this year. He added that because of the measures Bulgaria has taken so far to stop migration, the country is now ready for accession to the Schengen area. Pepco Hungary Ltd., a supplier of home furnishings and clothing products in Gyál, Pest County, will build its new logistics center for over 27 billion forint, some 85 million euros. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Péter Szijjártó, said that the store chain would build a 100,000 square meter warehouse to supply the countries of the region. He added that the company will create more than 1,000 new jobs by 2022 and will also establish a market for domestic businesses by distributing Hungarian products. 1.9 billion forints, some 6 million euros, was allocated by the government to support the investment. Several equipment suppliers of key importance for the new blocks at Paks have already been selected. The first deputy CEO of Rosatom State Nuclear Energy Corporation announced at the International Auto Expo in Sochi. Answering a question by Hungarian public media's M1 News, the CEO also mentioned that the enlargement would be much more advanced if the inspection of Brussels had not prevented the project for almost 2 years. He added that they were trying to catch up, but the focus is on safety.
This stand presents the role nuclear medicine plays in healthcare. And visitors can see the rate of utilization of nuclear power plant technology in seawater desalination plants. This solution can produce 170 million liters of drinking water a day. But the focus of the exhibit, which is the size of 2 football fields, is nuclear power plants. Several meetings and conferences were held here on the Paks expansion, for example. Currently ongoing are talks on the fuel agreement and the optimization of the financial framework contract.
Rosatom
continuously delivers the plans that are necessary for handing in the implementation permit, and their homologation is currently in progress, the State Secretary said. The first deputy CEO of Rosatom said that they are working to compensate for the time lost because of the European Commission's inquiry. The plans are being prepared and the procurement is ongoing as well.
The deportation of Hungarian Jews into ghettos started on this day in 1944. Since 2001, the Hungarian victims of the Holocaust have been commemorated every year on the 16th of April. The Pava Street Memorial Center was open for visitors all day, and a Stolperstein, that is a concrete cube or a cobblestone commemorating victims of Nazis, was placed at the memorial wall of the Budapest ghetto. According to the historians, about 1 in 10 of the Holocaust victims, between 500,000 and 600,000 altogether, were Hungarian Jews.
A copy of the Auschwitz death camp's entrance was made at the Táncsics Mihály High School in Kaposvár. Students portrayed the horrors of the Holocaust with their creations. The Unified Hungarian Jewish Congregation placed Stolpersteins, or memorial stones, in the sidewalk before the Budapest Ghetto memorial wall. The brass plates commemorate victims of Nazi extermination or persecution. A stone was placed in Dohány Street for Tibor Hegyi, who died doing slave labor for the Nazis. The Holocaust Memorial Center was open for visitors all day. School groups attended special history lessons, saw exhibits, and participated in sensitizing workshops. The central commemoration was also held in Pava Street. The Minister of Justice said that anti-Semitism resembles a virus that is capable of mutating again and again in order to infect people when we lower our guard. And that's why it's important to keep the light of memories alive. László Trócsányi stated that the government says no to anti-Semitism and to all forms of hatred. I believe that other than individual states, the European Union and the international community all have responsibilities to take action against hate speech. We have to admit that at every commemoration similar to today's, the real implicit or explicit question is, how can we prevent such a tragedy from happening ever again? He said. Millions of Jewish children and adults were deported to concentration camps in the 1940s. According to estimates, Nazis executed 6 million Jews. About 600,000 of them were Hungarian. Since 2001, April 16th is the Memorial Day of the Hungarian victims of the Holocaust. Forcing of Jews into ghettos in Hungary began on this day in 1944.
The Arboretum in Zirc, established in a historic environment of the Cistercian Abbey, has the style of an English garden and is the highest located tree collection of Hungary. It is situated 400 meters above sea level with an area of 18 hectares in the center of the settlement. The oldest tree is a 400-year-old oak. In the spring, the ornamental plants on the shore of the pond, a fresh sight of perennial beds, and the Tuha stream with its bridges provide a special experience for visitors. The Easter egg tree has been set up again in St. Lawrence this year. The first egg tree decoration was made 2 years ago when 700, last year 1,000, and this year 1,500 hen eggs painted in red were placed on the tree in the square in front of the Esterházy Health Center. The eggs were collected, their contents blown out and painted for the past year. The colorful ornaments will remain on the tree until Easter, then placed in egg holders so that they can be the jewels of the city next year again. And that's all for now, but I'll be back tomorrow night at around the same time, and you can catch Hungary reports online as well. Please stay tuned for German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.